Welcome back to the kitchen, and today we are going to make something that's really nice, especially this time of year. We're going to make a carrot cake Swiss roll. So, as always, we've got George hanging out in the kitchen, and we've got, hopefully, all of our ingredients ready. We've got some eggs that we are going to whisk first. We've got 3 eggs in our mixing bowl. We've got a large carrot all grated up. We've got some gluten-free flour. Got a mix of light brown and granulated sugar. And then we've got some other bits that we'll talk through as we go. So first things first, we need to give these eggs a really good mix until they are all light and fluffy. Okay, so this is going to take a little while. Okay, so can you see we've got this lovely frothy bubbly texture. That's exactly how we want it to look. And now we are going to add in our sugar. This frothy egg is going to help with the texture of the cake. So we've got the sugar in, and we want a teaspoon of vanilla. Stick that in there. Give that a really good mix. And then we're going to start adding in some other bits. And we've got a lovely sugary egg mix now. And we want another spoon and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Stick that in there. And this is gluten free and dairy free. So 1/4 teaspoon of xantham gum. In there it goes. A quick mix those two in. And we want a whole teaspoon of baking powder. Good. Keep mixing it. Make sure everything. It's really heavy on the arms. It's a good workout. So if you've got a little team with your family making this together, make sure you keep passing the bowl around so that everyone gets a turn. And then we're going to start putting some flavours in. Okay, so again, we want a teaspoon of ginger, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to do a heaped teaspoon of cinnamon. We might add a little bit more in. We'll see how it tastes. Mix those in together. And then you can really start to smell these flavours combining. It's going to taste really, really nice. Oh, we need to preheat the oven, depending on the oven, 160, 180. Don't want it too high, because this will cook really quickly. And you don't want it to burn. At the same time, you can leave it in for a little bit longer if you're not sure whether it's done or not, because it's better that it's a little bit overdone than being underdone, because if it's underdone, it won't roll. Right, and now we are going to add the flour, just a bit at a time so it doesn't all clump. This is being sieved so that it's not all clumpy. And now it's going to start to thicken up and look like a cake mix. If you haven't tried carrot cake before, it's really delicious. Don't worry about there being carrots in there if you're not sure about carrots, because this is a really fun way to try carrots, because you don't really notice that they're in there. There's so much deliciousness. The last of it in now. Oh, I know what I haven't put in. I'll just put a little bit of apple in there too. Okay, so you can do apple spice if you've got apple spice, but I haven't, so I'm going to put a bit of apple sauce in there to mix. Give that a really good mix. Look at that. And then before we put the carrot in, I'm going to do a quick taste test to see if we should add any more of our other flavours. That's pretty good, actually. So now to add the carrots. There we go. Give that a really good mix. Make sure you get all of it in. Make sure that you get it all the way to the bottom so that it's not all one heap of carrot when you make your cake. And then we've got a tray lined with foil. It's going to help us when it comes out, and some spray or anything that you can grease it with. And we're going to spray the foil. Make sure it's all nice and covered. There we go, nicely done. And then this we're going to scoop into our tray. Make sure that the carrots are all spread out. Use a wooden spoon if you've got one, because that will help you spread it out nicely. And then that only needs to go into the oven for about 10 minutes. Between 10 to 15 minutes. And then we're going to get that out and we're going to hopefully roll it. Okay, so I'll see you in about 10 to 15 minutes. Good luck! So, this has been in the oven for about 12 minutes. Now we're going to see if we can roll it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it from the tin foil, take it with the tin foil out of the tray, and we've got here a clean tea towel covered in icing sugar. So what we want to do is very carefully, using the tin foil, turn it upside down onto the tea towel over the icing sugar, and then peel it away from the tin foil. There we go. Okay. And then what we're going to do is, with the tea towel, we are going to roll it. See if I can bring it up a bit. Excellent. Right. Nice and tight. Okay. And then you need to keep it like that for an hour to 2 hours to cool down. And then when that's nearly done, I will be back to show you how to do the filling. And then we will have a fantastic carrot cake Swiss roll. Awesome. See you soon. Okay, so our carrot cake roll has been cooling for about an hour and a half, and it's nice and cool, it's nice and firm. So we're going to make the filling, which is going to be really nice but really sweet. So we've got our icing sugar, some butter, some dairy-free butter, some dairy-free cream cheese, and some crushed pineapple. There we go. So, really simple. We're going to mix it all together in this bowl pretty much. So, throw that in there. Do it in bits. Stick some of this in. Make sure everything's been out of the fridge for a while, so it's not too chilled. Room temperature's good. Okay. So at the moment we've got the ice and sugar in, about half of the butter and about half of the cream cheese, and we're going to start mixing that together. Okay. And once it's starting to look a little bit lumpy, chuck some more in there. Chuck some of the pineapple in as well. And actually, we'll mix a little bit of that first, and then we're going to put in some vanilla. And remember from before, when you're cooking, or you're doing any messy crafts, to not wear your best clothes because it gets messy. So we're starting to get a creamy texture now. Let's chuck the rest of our bits in. Rest of our pineapple. It's not the whole tin because that would be a bit overpowering of pineapple. But most of the tin. Big lump of cream cheese there. Break that up a little bit. There we go. That's all mixing really easily. You want to give it a really good mix. Make sure you've got no big lumps of cheese, no big lumps of butter. You might have a few. This might be ever so slightly not completely smooth because of the pineapple, but you don't want big lumps. Okay, and some vanilla. Vanilla is very sweet, so don't put too much in. 1 teaspoon should be enough. But when you think it's done, give it a little taste and just check. Okay, so this filling is absolutely delicious. Still a bit runnier than we want it. But we're gonna go with it. We're filling up the middle and rolling it up. Nice and gently. And then apart from having some gooey icing, this is all done. We can sprinkle it with more icing, and then we can wrap it up, put it in the fridge. We can cut it up, serve it to people, and if you've got more than you need, you can wrap it up nice and tight and put it in the freezer so that it will last, so none goes to waste. Awesome, brilliant. I hope you've had fun, and I hope your icing is a bit thicker than mine. And take some pictures of your carrot cake roll. And I'll see you again next time.